So good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Saturday Australasian training call. Today, it's our great pleasure and privilege to have Jenny Messenger, our Executive Director of the Australasian region. And my name is Sharon Whiteman. I've been hosting these calls with my partner colleagues, Diana Hunter and Gary Knapp, for many years now, and we love being here with you each and every week. Well, I think we gain more than we give, that's a given. And we love being here. So I'll just give you a little bit. I know I can see scanning that there's some new people here today. So I'll just welcome to Manotick, by the way. And I will just give you a little bit of Jenny's background. So once again, we are delighted to have our fearless leader and Executive Director of Manotick Australasia, Jenny Messenger, as our guest. With an absolute devotion to growing businesses, developing teams, and coaching, mentoring individuals to realize their potential, Jenny has forged a long-standing career within the Australian direct selling industry. She brings a wealth of experience gained from a diverse number of companies driving growth with the enthusiasm and energy to inspire and innovate. She firmly believes that her ability to manage change effectively has been crucial to her success, and of many of the roles that she's undertaken, she lists her career highlights as being published in New York Times by One Company as being responsible for exceptional sales and consultant growth in recent years. Also being able to contribute as a board member of the Direct Selling Association Australia and subsequently serving a term as chair. Jenny is driven and excited by having the opportunity to help others realize their true potential. And one of her favorite quotes is, "Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life, it's about what you inspire others to achieve." So Jenny, thank you so very much for always saying yes to be with us. And I'm looking forward to your coaching today.
Thank you very much for that, Sharon. And my gosh, that's a lot to live up to, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you for that wrap. And I obviously started my career very young. No, seriously, it's great. And thank you for inviting me because, you know, it's the opportunity, as you mentioned, to inspire others to grow and build a business and see their successes that gets me up every morning, gets me excited, you know, and that's what this industry is all about. So I think let's just start with the conversation you and I had, Sharon, about, you know, what could we roll out to the field this morning. And we decided that talking about our newly launched promotion, the incentive trip to New Zealand, was a good way to start, and then build on why we do what we do as we go forward. So, you know, being able to pick a destination like New Zealand for our incentive trip, you know, within the challenges that we're facing this morning, was a great opportunity to launch what I feel is an inspirational and aspirational incentive that can actually kickstart a person's career. And let me validate that. You know, the incentive trip is one of the most exciting and important promotions that a company within this industry can launch, and we all do it because we know the strength and value of people being able to dream the dream, being able to travel, being able to, you know, reward a family. And travel is, I guess, a great, again, inspirational incentive to work towards. But it is the most important and the creme de la creme promotion, and it's a long one. It's actually 5 months, and the reason for that is for everyone to feel that if they actually start working towards it, they can achieve it. Absolutely. Is it easy? No. But is it positioned to give everyone the opportunity to achieve it? Absolutely. If they work a plan and, you know, work through and actually start doing the things that create a solid business platform. So the incentive trip is sort of segmented into different elements. As you all know, as we launched the promotion, and the, you know, all the details now are up on manoticklinks.com, is a way of creating best business practice, creating a solid foundation for a business that will take everyone beyond the incentive trip. You know, to me, the value of having a beautiful promotion like this is people realizing that by doing basics, by doing what the business is all about, can elevate their business platform. It creates a belief. If you say to someone when they join, or a new associate, you can be a presidential, you can be a gold executive. No, I don't want leadership. Leadership's not for me. And then you inspire them and help them to achieve an incentive trip like New Zealand, which they find aspirational and inspirational, and decide, I'm going to go for this, I'm going to try this, this sounds exciting. Without realizing it, they're starting on that leadership journey. So what excites me is actually seeing those who are perhaps new in the business, who maybe haven't thought about leadership, actually building a foundation and a platform. So dare I say, when the promotion ends, we actually get people to look back and see where their business was when they started, and where they've come, how far they've come, and then what the future potential is. That they're, that suddenly, look what you've done, look what you've achieved, look how many other people you've helped, look how many other people you've set up in the business, because you've enrolled them as associates and you've supported them and you've encouraged them. This is what leadership is all about. So I guess in my career, it's always been exciting to use an incentive trip, which is aspirational, to start the process on leadership development. Because at the end of the day, being able to build a business that creates independence is probably a dream of a lot of people. I can't motivate people. Motivation has to come within. But I can utilize tools, hopefully, to inspire people to step up and inspire them in ways that they don't even consider at the outset. So, the other element that an incentive trip gives us is it actually creates a community where we celebrate together. We learn about each other and enjoy each other's company. And I have found out that those who achieve the incentive trip, and we give them a beautiful experience, or a great time together, that when we launch the next one, they don't want to miss, and they want to bring people with them. So they want to share the celebration. They want to share how exciting it is to be on a Mannatech incentive trip, for example. They want other people to enjoy and have the fun. So in that discipline, we are using a beautiful incentive trip to build everyone's business. And then they celebrate together. And then the next year, those first timers want to come again and bring more people. And before we know it, we are getting, the great growth that I believe we can do as a company, as we, what I like to say, reinvigorate the business, for want of a better word. So when we rolled out the incentive trip on Tuesday night, we had the opportunity to show the program. And I think some of you that are on the call this morning were probably on that call too as well. So you understand that there are key elements that are strong business builders. So we've actually looked at each element and be rewarded for enrolling associates, be rewarded for introducing customers into the business. So that creates a really good balance in your business, reward for leadership development, and also reward for building the right way in Team 2 and Team 4. So I truly believe that this year's structure for achieving the incentive tip is really well balanced. I think it's actually simpler to get your head around than the previous years. And I wanted to mix it up a bit. And I'm going to call it as it is here now. The first thing I guess I was hit with is, where's February business bonus, double bonus month? Why aren't we having a double bonus month? Well, I'm going to share with you all here and now that every year we will mix it up and create excitement, create curiosity, create, I guess, a platform where we keep people engaged for 5 months. because it is a long promotion, and it can sometimes be challenging when you're working on your own at home, that 3 months into a promotion, life gets in the way, things suddenly get a bit difficult, or there's challenges, speed bumps, whatever you like. But if we keep refreshing the promotion, if we keep adding another initiative, or dangle a bit of a carrot, and someone says, oh, hang on a minute, I think I can do that, we can get them back on track. So I'm hoping I'm making sense here, because as you will see, that we also launched on Tuesday night, that March now is also a key business building month, where we're giving bonus points for the activity in March. So without giving too much away, I'm going to say that, each month there's going to be something different. I'm hoping everyone will stay focused. We can keep people engaged, because I really would love to celebrate New Zealand, because we've already got an amazing itinerary planned with some secrets behind the scene, with a really great group of people, a large group of people. Challenge us as to if we got enough rooms booked, and capacity, so that we can have fun together, that we can get to know each other more, that we can not only work together but have social time together, which to me forms a platform of good business and building a community together. So, am I excited? Absolutely. Am I going to challenge you? Absolutely. But I'm doing it for a reason. I'm doing it because I believe that everyone who actually is in the company at the moment, whether they started in February or have been a while, because of how we've structured the incentive trip by making January a base month, and what we've got planned over the next 5 months, can achieve the trip. What everyone needs to do is believe they can, get the fire in the belly, and just do it. And at the end of the day, it's going to be amazing to see who's able to do what and how they achieve it. So, the incentive trip is very special. And why is it special? Thinking about it, is we try to give an experience that, look, several of you could, afford to go to New Zealand for a holiday with family. But if we can wrap up the incentive trip with an experience that is unique, it's the experience people remember, and creates a desire to keep achieving. So I believe you've also been, well, you have, not also, on several incentive trips, Sharon. So have we been able to deliver on the promise?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, sometimes I still pinch myself at this business, that we get a bad rap sometimes, but if you're out there in your own business, there's nobody giving you a carrot for you to run for to help you build your business. There's no bonuses. Like the way it's set up is amazing. And I think one of my favorite memories of incentives, I think my favorite one ever was the Alaska cruise. But I loved China. I loved the Caribbean cruise. I loved Florida. I have had so many great memories, and I absolutely loved all the manifests that we've been to. But I think me as a nature, I grew up as quite a high achiever. And if I didn't immediately know how to do something, I didn't have learning skills. I had good brain, right? So if I didn't immediately know how to do something, I just went into some kind of a stupid spiral in my mind. And the personal development that I got through this business has been quite phenomenal, in that I realized that I'd never ever set a goal and gone for a goal unless I already knew I could achieve it. So I'd never gone for one that I didn't know for sure that I could nail it easily, right? So when I set my first goal for an incentive, I can remember how terrified I was. I can remember all the thoughts in my brain and all the talk that was going on. You can't do this and all this kind of stuff. And I just thought, I'm just going to go for it. And it was bigger than I could do. And in the end, I didn't make my top goal for that incentive. But on the other side, I could look back and see how far I'd grown, how far my business had grown. There's no way in that 4-month period I would have achieved that growth without heading for that goal that I didn't make. So it was a never forget kind of life lesson for me, in that really going for something I didn't know if I could make it or not. And then I didn't fall, it wasn't the end of the world when I didn't make it. I could see all the benefits and all the growth that I'd had because of that effort. So, and then there's lots that I achieved the full thing, but I think it's I think we're blessed to have this business and have the, I'm going to say love and care, but the professional care from, the corporate team that, I think when you get an incentive right, we just can thrive through it in our businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, this industry is incentive driven.
Yeah.
It's not a case of you must do. It's a case of, hey, this is open to you and an option for you to achieve. How do you feel about it? And that excites me because, it's an opportunity then for everyone to achieve. And when you think about it, why we use an incentive trip, because as I mentioned earlier, it needs to be aspirational and fulfilling a dream. But at the end of the day, this business gives everyone the opportunity when they get to a certain leadership level to travel anywhere they want to travel in the world, probably first class with all the family. But that seems, I don't want to use the word undoable or not doable. I don't think that's in the English language. But, if we actually help people build their business one step at a time by incentivizing, the next step and the next step, then we can get people on the journey. And nothing excites me more than seeing growth and development in someone who believes that they didn't have it in them in the first place. That someone has self-doubt and then they're on stage celebrating success. Or I'm sitting with someone in an amazing destination and, I'm going to share with you, yes, only 2 years young with Mannatech, but with a career that's given me the opportunity to travel and take groups to some amazing places, be sitting with someone, whether it's an orange juice in the lounge or a cocktail in the bar in the evening, and they're saying, I just can't believe that I'm sitting here and, I'm experiencing this. It's amazing, because they had self-doubt at the start. But that achievement, that success builds on success. They start planning big, they start dreaming big and making, amazing plans and goals for them and their family. So, it just all comes together like an amazing jigsaw puzzle. All the bits fit together nicely. And I unashamedly use an amazing incentive trip to kickstart people's dreams. And were we challenged of finding a destination with knowing what we're facing at the moment, but with advice from those I know in the industry that what we call in the Tasman bubble will be open, probably more before we can start doing an Alaskan trip, for example, Sharon. And I look forward to having that budget to roll out an amazing trip as well. But having said that, we have so many beautiful destinations on our own backyard. And there's, like, we're even going to Uluru, in a couple of weeks' time from last year's Achievers, because we had to do a bit of a fancy footwork and come up with an alternative destination. But it's important. We stayed focused on delivering something, because those who worked hard need to be recognised and celebrated and supported. Because, as I said, it's easy, but simple but not always easy, and people work hard to achieve the trip, and you can't disappoint. So we wanted to choose a destination that we felt was pretty solid. But Queenstown is absolutely amazing, and why it resonated with us was that it fits into a lot of people's different happiness levels, whether it's a beautiful meal, whether it's bungee jumping, and that's not my thing, I must admit, or whether it's being out there. And being in New Zealand, Queenstown has all those elements that those who actually achieve the incentive trip will be able to cherry pick what really makes it very special for them. And that's another exciting element of being with a group, celebrating together, having your team with you and doing amazing things, or sitting by the pool and sipping cocktails and chatting. And the other platform that excites me about communities coming together, and in this instance, the incentive trip, is everyone sitting around sharing ideas. A lot of organic conversation happens. People are inspired by listening to or sitting next to someone who's a higher level, or hearing, some of the challenges they had or how they worked around those challenges. So a lot more is shared in a casual environment, which again supports the community as a whole. So as you can see, I'm really an advocate of getting as many people on the incentive trip as possible.
Yeah, there's nothing, it's priceless, the collaboration and the community that happens on the trips and the
Mhm.
relationships that build. Because, we're all in this together, really.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
the more that we work together and have great community and ethics, the better, the more the company thrives and our region thrives. And I keep saying this, but we shouldn't be the best kept secret in well-being out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. But, all it takes when we actually all take a breath, it's a decision that I'm going to go for it. That's
Yeah.
all it takes. And not to be afraid if you don't get there. So what? You've tried. But as you've just said, Sharon, your business growth, or there's a lot of other elements to trying. It can improve your self-confidence. It can improve how comfortable you are speaking to people and reaching out to people, because behind you, you've had this desire to go for it and achieve an incentive trip. You tend to push yourself out of your comfort zone and you reach out to customers. And so by doing that, you gain more confidence. So what if you don't attend the incentive trip? What's the problem? There isn't one. You've tried and you've improved a lot of your business abilities. You at least tried, and you've put yourself in a really good position maybe to try for the next one. All you've got to do though is think, I'd like to try. I'll take the first step. Count me in. I'm going to go for this. And you know what? You might actually surprise yourself and actually, last not the first level, but get up to the second level and be taking a partner and wondering, why you hadn't done this all before. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. It just takes people thinking, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take that first step. I'm going to try. And we can't ask anybody to do more than that, really.
No, absolutely. And that, on the Australasian call team, we're going to endeavor to have some upcoming calls that will not only be opportunities for you to invite new people to, as part of your goals in your incentive, but also we'll incorporate some training as well. Unfortunately, Dana is one of our Australasians' best conversation practice trainers, but she's not available till later in April to do one. But we will make sure that we get to you a past call that Dana had done in open conversation practice of opening the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have James Hannon coming up. So there's no one better to coach us. So,
absolutely.
We'll go back and forth. Like I'm not sure whether we should do a business opportunity meeting with James, so that if you've got people that you think would be relevant to become an associate in partnership in your business, then we have, people who can introduce them to the concept. So anyway, we'll plan and watch the list going forward. Next week we have Dr. Nugent. So again, it's a great place to open the door about our brand new multivitamin Catalyst. And you could start practicing this week how you could open that door. And say, next week we've got this internationally renowned doctor coming to talk to us about why this is the multivitamin that you should be purchasing.
And to that point, Sharon, and as you say, it's a complete 360, and all the business building basics and good ethics of the business takes me back to, the training call to start your list, and who can you help, with their health. Are the people to contact first for the customers, get them on, because you need to enroll those customers to have the opportunity to go. And who can I interest in building a business? Who's interested in, wealth growth? And start making a list. So already, you're creating those contact lists because you know what you need to do. Step outside your comfort zone and start doing it. And, what do they say? It takes 30 seconds of courage to actually make that call. Well, you know what? You've got to make that call, because at the end of the day, as I said earlier, I can't motivate anyone. I can hopefully inspire people to do more than they thought they could do. But at the end of the day, that saying, it's got to be, it's up to me, each and every one of you on this call, if you really want this, then you've got to take that breath, make those lists and get on the phone. And, I'd love to have you on the Wednesday evening calls where we connect and share ideas and talk about, what's worked and what didn't. Because again, as a team, we can support each other and help each other grow. And that's another amazing element that's part of this industry, because you know what? It's great to celebrate each other's successes. rather than just our own. So, those Wednesday night calls are going to be important. And the other one I just would like to reach out to and share, Sharon, is, and I'm not too sure whether it's got missed in the big communication. I mean, we've sent out so much communication in the last couple of days, but all those new associates that joined in February will be receiving a invitation to a Zoom call from me to join, to welcome them to the Manotick community, and to talk about the 500 points that they've now got in their incentive trip bucket to kickstart their journey towards the incentive trip and achieving New Zealand with us. So on that call, it'll be, welcome to Manotick. It'll be talking a little bit about the first stepping stone, about, building a business and the income opportunity that is available, as a matter of choice, and also helping other people with their health. So what would excite me even more, no disrespect to the associates, long-term associates on this call, would be to having new associates that joined in February that actually achieved the incentive trip to New Zealand. So we could shout out loud and be proud that, we've got a contingent of newbies that have achieved the trip. And that sort of celebrates that it is doable, it can be done. And that creates a lot more enthusiasm. And to me, and enthusiasm is infectious, and we need to, I don't know whether I should say create an epidemic in today's environment, but you know what I mean? It's just, I guess I've used that so often, but when we get enthusiastic, it becomes infectious and it grows, and it dissipates any negativity that we've had behind us, because going forward we've created this amazing platform of enthusiasm and excitement, and it builds and builds and builds. So I'm hoping that invitation to that Zoom will go out from Olivia's desk shortly, and it'll be a special evening call. So we'll wait and see the outcome of that one too.
Oh, fantastic. And the other thing for people talking about the benefits of our business is you, Jenny. So like the coaching that you freely offer of your time to everybody is priceless. People will be paying thousands of dollars for your level of experience to be personally coaching people. So, again, that's another benefit of our industry, isn't it? In that, I mean, we haven't really had this high touch experience with someone of your experience helping us in the past, but you don't walk into a new endeavor and have people for free wanting to coach your success, who want your success for you as much as you may want it as a new person. It's just not out there in other businesses. So huge acknowledgement to you, Jenny, for
thank
what
you.
you pulled together for us.
Thank you, but it is a passion of mine. I mean, why do I get up in the morning? I've been blessed with an amazing career. Was it my career of my choice? When I left university or left school, no, not. But life took me on this journey, and I guess sometimes we need to remember our roots. And I wanted to come to Australia, and that to me was a bit aspirational. It wasn't an incentive trip, but I wanted to come to Australia from England. So I decided to become a consultant for a jewelry company. That's my love for jewelry, sorry. And, I remember how nervous I was when I decided that, this was something that could possibly give me extra money to come to Australia. And my mentor and coach at that time believed in me. And I shall never forget that, and why I try to pass that on. To me, sharing lessons learned, sharing and understanding the journey, having worked in the field, realizing, it's not easy until you've tried yourself to build a team, build a region, and understand all the nuances that happen along the way. Life gets in the way, and you can work with someone, sorry, and I'm going off on a tangent, and then they decide that that's not what they want. You need to have that as part of who you are, to want to help and support others to realize their dreams, because I've realized mine. I'm sitting here in a position or doing a job that I never thought I would do, but do I love it? Absolutely. But as you said, it's not about what I do every day. It's about thinking, how can I help others be successful? And that to me would be the legacy I would love to leave when I finally do hang up my car keys is, how many people have I been able to help or support on an amazing lifestyle change or journey? I don't know it all. There's more also expertise in the field. You've called out that who you've got, coming on the calls, James and other presidentials in the business who've got as much experience. And if we all share our knowledge and support each other and help each other grow, what a beautiful legacy to have. Anyway, that's just my thoughts, Sharon. Sorry.
Absolutely. Showing up at these training opportunities, you never know what gem, even if you've heard the person before, there's always a new gem to take you to the next step. And the other thing I just wanted to say before we stop talking about reaching out to people and those nerves that is understandably happening for many is that the thing that helped me most when I got frightened to pick up the phone or to reach out to someone is the thing that helped me most is to realize that when I'm having those feelings, I'm thinking about myself and not them. So I'm worried about my performance or how I feel if they reject me or if they say no or whatever. If I stop worrying about that and put my focus back on that person and how much, if it was right timing for them, how blessed they would be, then the phone gets less heavy. And that always helps me because I know I have a reference point that when I stop thinking about my performance or whatever is making me nervous, then all I'm here to do is to offer something that is life-changing to someone.
Absolutely agree. And do I feel blessed that I've been given this opportunity to be part of the Manatech team? Absolutely, because this is my first watch as the executive director, that I've had the opportunity to work with a therapeutic portfolio. I've had several companies with different product ranges, but I feel as though I've ended up at the right place at the right time. And to me, what we have now is so amazing. And I didn't know what I didn't know at the beginning. I was excited about the opportunity, but I didn't know the power of the product range. I wanted to start taking it and understanding it and learning about it. And the more I know, I keep asking myself, why are we almost like the best kept secret out there? And to your point, I think what does help calm the butterflies in the stomach is if you actually really believe that you're helping somebody else, whether it is with health or with wealth. We have an amazing product range to support people. We've also got a great income opportunity, aka the compensation plan, which gives people the opportunity to add, money to their budget. So why
I know exactly. M5M and the ethics of this company and the leading.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, and I missed a key element, which again, I'm hoping people are realizing how passionate I've become with M5M because I'm pushing it at every opportunity. I guess again in my career, I've had an opportunity to use a product that if we sold, a percentage of that product would go to a charity. And whether it's been the Alzheimer's Association, Leukemia Foundation, I've had Children's Foundation Australia. I'm just giving you some charities that I've helped in the past. But the first company that's actually given a percentage of every product sold to feed the children around the world. I mean, it's just, we have so much to offer. Absolutely so much to offer. I don't know that everyone actually really celebrates that. So I'm hoping we can encourage them by repeat messaging, by encouraging everybody just to do a little bit more, because one more can make a huge difference, whether it's $1 more to M5M, whether it's one more customer you're helping and giving them the opportunity of better health, or one more associate, giving them the opportunity to build a business and change their lifestyle. We have an amazing opportunity.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a long time since I'm probably on about my 10th wave of goosebumps just talking about this. It's just such important information, and we have a message that needs to be shouted from the rooftops. So Jenny, we didn't really talk about this, but are you prepared, or is it right timing to talk about your plans for 2021?
Well, yes, and I guess really to me the platform obviously is support training to make sure that we try and deliver everything that an associate and or customer needs. Now that's a big ask, but we need to keep looking at what we've done, where the gaps are, what can we do different, how can we be better, and we need to start with ourselves. So we've got initiatives in place already to look at the weaker areas in the business, and I'm going to encompass everything. We're actually taking it department by department. We're looking at the customer service team, because when I joined the company, I made a commitment that we would have an awesome customer service team. To me, the customer service team is probably one of the most important departments in a company, because they are the bridge between the management and the field. And, you know, we need to look at that. And I want to be able to, you know, deliver on the promise. That's what I'm going to say there. I'm also looking at what we're doing in marketing and communications, and timely communications. So, you know, all this, it's not that we are going to capture this. Everything needs to come together like, and I've mentioned this before, like a huge jigsaw puzzle. So planning, operations, supply chain, you know, you can't have one thing working right and 5 things collapsing, because that has a huge, you know, domino effect. So the strategy for this year is for us to do due diligence and look at ourselves first and what we can do better. Highlight data that we've captured, that I've captured over the year, that's caused speed bumps, and work very hard to eliminate those speed bumps. Now, is it going to happen overnight? No. But the strategy is that we want an effective and efficient business platform that supports the field and business, because nothing takes someone off course quicker than having challenges that they don't need to have, whether it's an out of stock, whether it's a back order, whether it's communications. You know, we need to get all that right. So my focus for this year is really looking at every one of those elements. You know, it's, as I mentioned, I've been on deck now, what, almost 2 years. My gosh, I can't believe it's gone so quickly. But it takes a while to listen, to learn, and some things come to the fore immediately, where you think, I can make the change very quickly on that, or I can do this, or I can add that. But to really understand the whole nuances of a new business really takes a deep dive, and that's what we've been working on behind the scenes. So the strategy for this year is, as I say, is to improve all our support mechanisms to the field. That's the goal. Don't beat me up if I don't get it done straight away, please, but we are working on it, because I do know the importance of it, and that frees up people. Nobody wants to have problems, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to have to be chasing things. We need to make the business platform as smooth an operation as we can. Now that's a huge ask, but you know, that is the goal. And then on the other side is to support the field with the tools that they need to grow their business. So whether that's regular training, the connect calls, just being there so the field know that they are supported and encouraged every step of the way. Now we started Success Tracker training last year, and we're going to be taking that to another level. We're actually rolling out how to use the Success Tracker, I think, on Tuesday night, our next business building call. I'm not too sure it's gone out yet, but we're working to try and get one on deck to show everyone how they can use the Success Tracker to start filling in their incentive trip tracker. Because again, one of those plans was to get the incentive tracker up as an IT program so that it wasn't a manual. But that's taken a bit longer than we thought. It's still a work in progress, and I'm working to get that implemented with Chris Simons. And even if it's in month 2 or month 3 or month 4, you know, the sooner the better, but we want it in place. So we need to make it easier. For example, I use the incentive trip for people to track their progress. So that's one of the tools I want to make sure that, you know, we've got to give people to use. And the other one really is the inspirational journey is promotions. There's several different promotions coming up, and I'm not going to say too much, But again,
We'll be in
lessons learned,
trouble.
and some of the things we've done, and maybe we haven't communicated why we've done what we've done. When we've added extras to a bundle, for example, with is if somebody's ended up with I'll use say 5 candles instead of why, how can they use those as referral or gifting. We've done half the story but not the whole story. So I think really, Sharon, the ball's in our court. Actually, it's about working with the team from the back end to make sure that we give everyone, or try to give everyone, what they need. I won't be giving everyone what they want. They'll continue to ask, and you can continue to ask. But my premise is I need to give you everything you need to grow your business and make you earn what you want. Does that make sense? Because the want, working to the want drives the business. So whether it's an incentive trip, whatever, the want needs to be earned.
Absolutely.
So
we're all on notice.
But I hope that sort of gives some clarity. I can't actually roll out some of the ideas. Obviously, I've got to keep some surprises. But I guess what I've tried to communicate is where our focus is, and we need to move on. I don't want to use, and I'm going to use it now, COVID again. We're slammed with that. We've learned some lessons. We've learned how to work around it. I don't want that to be an excuse for, bad business. So we need to look at ourselves and what can we do better. But it's not easy. All I need the field to know is that we're trying very hard to improve and do what we can. And if we get slammed with a situation beyond our control, it literally is because it was beyond our control and not because we haven't understood the problem or tried to minimize the problem. There's still going to be things that are going to be out of our control. So I need, with respect, I need a little bit of patience and understanding for the team. If you, I guess, take on board what I'm trying to say is that we're working as hard as we can. And, we're all individuals, we're all, we're all human and we make mistakes, but they're not done intentionally. And if we can minimize the mistakes, then at least we're, doing the best we can. And that's the key, doing the best we can.
It'll go down as the year where express post can take 2 days or 2 weeks, right?
And unfortunately, what's happened as part of our current platform of communication, we're now living in a world of immediacy. We all expect immediacy. You want it done now. If you talk to someone, you want an answer now. If you send an email, you want an answer now. And we need to understand that. But living in a world of immediacy, where I can go back where an aerogram to Australia by letter took a week and a half, and then a week and a half to get a reply. So you were happy not to hear anything for 3 weeks. We don't live in that world anymore. We don't live in that world anymore. I'm not saying I still practice that, but that's the journey. Email communication, SMS communication. And if we promise to speak to somebody or get an answer, the expectation isn't one of immediacy. So we've got to try and meet that halfway or be better than somehow. Yeah. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, it's a big time in life for everybody. So is there anything else you wanted to make sure we covered today, Jenny?
I'm not sure whether anyone's got any questions. I mean, I don't know that I don't know all the answers. I'm going to say that I did work with Olivia. Excuse me, I'm in the office, and we've just put up, or just about to put up, frequently asked questions as soon as we had our call on Wednesday night, and calls coming into customer service the next day. We've actually got a 3-page document here of frequently asked questions, so there is some clarity there. I mean, we tried to make the original document as clear as possible. When you're working on a project, you know what you're trying to communicate. So we knew that as soon as we rolled it out, there would be questions that needed to be asked. So we needed to support that with the FAQs. And unfortunately, a working draft document did get uploaded initially that was incorrect, which caused us a challenge. But again, that was a human error and not one that was intentional. I mean, I think we had about 10 working documents until we got the final document. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, unfortunately, it happened. And with the FAQs now, but if seriously, don't let doubt sow the seed of, I'm not too sure. If there's doubt, there's a question you have in your mind, just ask it. There's no such thing as we know as a dumb question. Get clarity. Either refer to the documentation on the site or go to your upline who's worked possibly several incentive trip criteria, or come to customer service. We're here to support you every step of the way. Okay.
Absolutely. There was a question about getting a hard copy of the incentive brochure.
We're not going to do a printout this year. Again, it's about deciding where we're going to get the best return on the investment. We're in an electronic world, and it's printable now. It can be printed out, and I suggest it's done with a couple of other extra bits to, paper around your office, keep you motivated and inspired. I'd much rather spend that money on giving you guys a great promotion than wasting it on paperwork. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And Bronwyn, if you need help with that, you can probably get 10 copies at Officeworks or something like that. If you don't have the printing facility at home, it's pretty easy to find fairly cheap printing out there. And it's tax deductible for your business expenses.
Look, I know it's a change because everyone's had a hard copy before, and I've over the years wanted a beautiful inspirational incentive trip that's glossy and something that lasts 5 months. But as I said, it's one of those things in today's world where we give you the opportunity. You can print down a high definition copy, one or as many as you like, and let me use that money that I've saved on that print piece to spoil you in another way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you'll deliver on that, Jenny. I've had great experiences of that in the last 2 years. Now we've got a very important question here. How do you look so beautiful today with your blurred background and the lighting?
I'm a bit feeling guilty. I'm working more at home and I'm building a nest around me, and my office is looking so it needs a clean out. So I've put it on shady. And yes, the older I get, the more makeup I need in the morning. So it was up early and put the face on because I knew I was on camera. So thank you for that.
So the Zoom background allowed you to.
Not enhanced, but I tried to look like my cover photo. I'm going to share it with everyone. Just a minute, Sharon. This was the photo, guys, that I had taken when I joined the company. Okay, this is my point of reference. And I realized in 2 years, I've aged 10 years, what you guys have done to me. No, seriously. So I needed to put the makeup on this morning.
Yeah, I think I might have to give you the share screen thing in order for us to see it. But
okay. All right.
Yeah, you'll have to email it out to us, Jenny.
No way.
So there still is, if you don't mind, another distinction. How did you blur your background on Zoom?
On the latest Zoom, you can do quite a few things. And why I like using a blurred background is because when you use a virtual background, if you move around too much, you lose definition. You
I keep losing my folders.
Yes. But if you just blur your background, it actually means, I use my hands, I use body language, even when I'm sitting on a seat. My dear dad said I could never ride a bike and talk at the same time because I'd fall off. So, I'm an animated person, and I always feel that if I use a virtual background, someone's going to see half my head, and it's distracting. So I just thought, oh, well, you're getting me in 3D. Sorry, guys.
That's beautiful. It's very impactful. We do have a question about whether we'll be required to get the COVID vaccine to travel. I think that's an emerging story yet, Stefan.
Yes, it is. And we're monitoring that because obviously I've already realized with our community, Manatech, we've got some who are going to resist that because of what they put in their bodies, and others, it's very polarizing at the moment, the question around vaccine. The indication is between Australia and New Zealand, maybe not because we're in the Tasman bubble. Who knows what's going to happen next year, but I'm keeping that conversation current and open, and we'll see where we go. And at the end of the day, it's going to have to be everyone's personal choice, but I will try and do what I can to, I guess, be receptive to everyone, like choose a destination, For example, Fiji, you know, they didn't even have one case, I don't think, of COVID. So we just need to be mindful, you know, where we ask you to travel, and at the end of the day, make important business decisions.
Perfect, Jenny. So Jenny, what's in your heart to leave people with today, our community?
Sorry, Sharon. Sorry.
I don't think there's anything more. There's, do we have any time for the incentive tracker to appear online or be downloadable?
Well, the tracker, sorry, that
Yeah.
I'm losing you there, Sharon. Sorry, I was only picking up half a sentence. Yeah, we're actually working on it now. It's sort of half completed. We've had to remodel last year's because there was a February bonus month in there, and I'm trying not to give too much away. It's almost complete. So hopefully we'll be able to roll it out, and then it'll be easy to track, you know, easy to follow. But I'm still pushing for the IT to support us with an automatic one, which will everybody can see when they open up on their account where they are on the incentive trip. They can go in and look
at that to have a little tracker like they've built for Success Tracker, where you see how many kids you're feeding. You can see how many points you have for the current.
Yeah. Well, and isn't it exciting? I mean, I come from a platform where you opened your account, it would say, "Good morning, Jenny. Overnight, you've added another 500 points on your incentive trip. You now only got so many to go. Have a great day." I mean, what an aspirational message to see first thing in the morning before you start your business. On my wish list.
Yes, well, if we all had control over the international web development.
Yeah. And look, you know, I don't want it to sound as though they are, you know, well, it's like a sand funnel. So much has to go through that department in the US. They're looking after so many markets and so many different nuances in IT, you know, and with IT, you never know whether you're asking for a 5-minute program or a 5-day program. And those guys are under the pump.
Absolutely.
So we just have to be patient and do what we can as plan B in the meantime. No excuses.
No,
it doesn't stop you going out and doing anything. You just can catch up on your tracker a bit later. So just get out there and start working. You don't have to wait for your tracker.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jenny, what's in your heart to leave people with today?
I actually think to believe in yourself. You know, you've joined an amazing community. Welcome. Excited to have you, you know, join us. And just believe in yourself. Why did you join? Reinforce why you felt that this would be a great opportunity for you, even if it was improving health or building a business. Just believe you can. Believe in yourself. You know, I think self-doubt is the destroyer in lots of things. So just have belief and reach out. Let us help you on your journey, and dream big dreams, because in this industry, amazing things can happen, but it has to be up to you. I can't do it for you, but there is an amazing opportunity for each and every one of you that's joined the company, and excite me, celebrate with me, let me share your celebrations and successes, and you know, as I say, generate that enthusiasm. Just believe in you, because we do.
Absolutely, Jenny. And you know, for those of you listening, you won't get better support towards going for your goals than what you've heard today. So we appreciate you. Next week we have Dr. Nugent on our new Catalyst. And thank you to Dr. Nugent. He's very accommodating with our region and that's special. So let's see, and that'd be perfect to invite new people to next week. So we appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Thank you so very much again, Jenny.
Oh, thank you for inviting me on today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. See you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.